third track coming up, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an interesting day so far, and after this track, we'll be halfway through our day one. You can see our competitors on screen and the trophy that they are competing for. $30,000 on the line. This is the Mad Skills Motocross World Championship 2019. My name is Parla, and I'm on the desk with Joe and Birdshaw. Okay, that's our leaderboard with a nice little desert map in the background.
This is the next track.
This is the next track. Okay, there we go. It was not completely...
This one is called 52 Paychecks. It's by... the first half is myself. The second half was made by Matt, a.k.a. Cudla.
Okay.
This one is interesting.
52 paychecks because you can get paid every week playing cash mode in the game? Why 52 paychecks?
Master 52. We named some of these after some of the World Championship regulars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's different lines here, and I'm gonna be straight here. There's probably some guys watching, but you know, I'm not saying whether or not this line's the best. This is a line, maybe the best, maybe it's not. Clearly it's not, as you can see my ride. But
this is you, Joe.
This is me playing terribly.
You.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me
guys,
just sit
what do you
on
think
top
of how Joe's playing?
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The ride is not impressed by you, Joe.
The point of showing my runs here is to kind of show people back home how hard these tracks really are. I'm easily a top 10% player, and I made these tracks and I played them hours and hours, and this is what I come up with.
It's still tough for you to get
so,
through.
And then we're going to see these guys just destroy it, so you kind of really get a feel for how hard these tracks really are. Yeah,
as you can see on camera, everybody at home, our riders pretending that they weren't looking an entire time at our preview monitor. But yeah, they have a little idea now of what to expect from this third track. 52 Paychecks is underway, 45 minutes on the clock. Let's see what times go down. One lap up, right?
Correct.
And what are we expecting time-wise?
So this one I have clocked in at a little bit over a minute, maybe a minute 5. I think if these guys can hit the fast line, which I don't know if anyone will, if they can, I think a minute.
Okay, a minute, wow. So potentially our longest track yet.
Yes.
Dude. Lots of height on this track, lots of verticality, which is nice. I always seem to find that this, what do you call it, style, the desert thing.
Yeah.
Lots of the maps built in this style always have like, I mean, they feel very vertical a lot of the time. I like it, it's fun.
Yep.
Flying through the sky and watching everything go up and down.
We do try to pick the backgrounds to suit the tracks.
Correct.
Ah, okay, I see.
So like the stadium ones are usually not a lot of vertical differences going on there. The desert ones and the ones in the forest, or the mountain we call it, usually have a lot of vertical changes in height.
I get it now. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. It's almost like you design maps or something.
Yeah. Interesting, huh?
It's almost like you're a game designer. Should look into that as a career, you know?
I should.
Designing maps.
It sounds like a fun job.
Especially in Chicago with people walking around boom boxes, right?
Just freestyle pizza maker / game designer. I think I'm into that.
Oh, man. Helito, we're on board with two of our J's, Julian and Juan, also known as Helito and JSL. And you said over the last year, Helito's been up there in terms of times. Like, he's been putting down some really good runs.
Yeah, he's been kind of crushing it.
Yeah, and cash.
One of the guys, Jasker, in the chat's asking, why don't you show Solmec? So kind of what we're doing here is there's 6 rounds. We have 12 players. We're kind of featuring 2 players per round. So by the end of today, all 12 players will be featured. So right now at kind of the feature table, we got, as you see, JSL and Julito BMX.
Yeah.
So, stay tuned in, and Solmec will be one of those featured players coming up in a future round today.
Indeed. Everyone will get a chance to be in the spotlight and light it up for all of you to enjoy at home. So we have 8 times put down right now. And it's Lorenzo there at the top up with 1:14. So, of course, 3 minutes in, we're not expecting to see any fast runs. These guys are just going to get their heads around the terrain and figure out what's going on. And shortly, a lot of time's going to be getting chopped off, right?
Yep. I think Julito is about to find a key to the first half of this track. I think he just is figuring it out, and let's see if he can pull it off here.
Please point it out when it happens.
I will definitely point it out.
I mean, in the last track, that ingenuity that he was trying to employ didn't exactly pay off because he wasn't able to make the skip that Zele did. Maybe on this third track...
I take it back.
Okay, there we go.
He's not...
he's not spotted it.
Not doing what I thought he was.
Yeah,
still doing okay, but this is not the ideal line.
Yeah.
And if he continues with this, I'll show you guys where my track design ended and Matt, a.k.a. Cudla's track, started. So it's coming up right here. You got a little roller jump right here. That's the end of mine. Now we're in the Matt's section.
Which starts with just a breadth of nothingness, a pit of death.
Well, that's Cudla for you.
Who would you say is the more tough track maker?
I think all the most technical tracks ever are. It's a good fight between Cudla and MX Freak.
And Freak, yeah.
Yeah, those guys make the tough ones.
That's the why I can lay it down as well.
Nolan too. Nolan doesn't make many tracks anymore, and he's only made a few, I think, in his career. But when he does make a track, he can make a real hot one.
That one exit.
A real spicy boy.
Oh yeah.
A real meaty boy. I don't know anything about track or how you build these, but yeah, there are definitely. It feels like as a player, you always favor a specific style.
I've always been like my favorite style, and I think people see that in my track design is very flowy. I love tables. I love table sections.
Yeah.
But I just like when it flows. I like when there's tons of lines and they all flow. And if you get out of rhythm, you kind of still can find a line that flows. So that's always kind of my style.
My best, my favorite style is just one straight line. Just floor it. You'll see me putting down some brilliant times,
Oh, yeah.
Just A to B.
You know what's funny is we
no
get,
elevation,
we get
no
emails
bumps.
all the time of people saying, can we get a flat track, nothing on it? We want to practice wheelies.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually.
It's funny that you're joking about it, but people actually really want that.
Yeah. And I didn't know, is this a new feature, the track preview? Because I didn't see it last year, but I think it's so smart that these guys are able to go in and check out the layout and kind of see it from a bird's eye perspective.
Yeah, it's not new, but I think a lot of guys don't use it because they think it might be a waste of time.
Yeah.
Right here, he's looking at this section like, there's definitely something different. Let's see if he can figure it out.
It's a really good way to gain overall insight into the track, and especially players of this caliber, they'll be able to see things, details from this view that are going to benefit them.
For sure.
I believe it's a premium feature as well.
It is. If you typically play in Jam and you don't see this feature, it's probably because you don't have premium. If you get premium, then you get the track preview feature.
Okay. 52 paychecks.
Let's see if he changes it up based on what he was looking at.
Let's see if Juan has gained any insight.
Okay, so this line, he's hitting that correctly. That's what you want to do. So far, so good. Let's put you with a lot of speed here into the step-up section. You should be able to clear this step up. Yep, and then you can hit a nice double here. Into another double. Ooh, not enough speed. That was good. Up till there, that was looking nice.
Yeah.
That was the intended line.
So in that sense, JSL has the right idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To about the middle portion of the map.
But executing, that's still...
And the little tire tap at the bottom of this hill, I'll show you guys. So come down here, you hit this, and if you can tap right here, it's actually extremely hard.
So all of our riders have put down a time now. It's Peralta at the bottom with 121. Maybe trying to figure out exactly the best way to approach the map, and we see Bragstad and Zelly putting down some more solid times, closing in on that 105 you think is possible.
Yeah, definitely. They've got a long way to go in terms of figuring out this track.
Yep. JSL's on it, though. Like, now I want to see if he's figured this section out. Let's see. Right here. Nope.
So what should he be doing there?
After... I'm trying to talk a little quieter because I don't want anyone to hear. But after the... there's that little roller double, and then it goes to like a big cliff. You gotta slam on the brakes and just barely go down that cliff.
Oh, and then you connect the speed. I don't know why we're whispering, by the way, because we were already quiet and there's music blasting in the room, but I think it adds some drama, and that's okay.
I do like it.
Yeah. And so you slam on the brakes and you drop down that and shoot out of it. So it puts you on a bit of a different line.
Oh yeah, a lot faster line because it's more of a straightforward line instead of a line that pops you up and up and up. Yeah. So it's weird because you have to come basically to a complete stop and then barely teeter over the edge, and you would think it's a lot slower.
I feel like that's very well hidden. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if anyone's going to figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know.
We had a similar situation in one of the very.
I think 2 years ago, a track by Alan.
2 years ago, yeah.
I think it was called Hide and Seek. Was it called Hide and Seek?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
And I think it was Aussie who was the only one that actually figured it out.
I miss Alan's tracks.
Yeah.
Alan, if you're watching, please come back.
Yeah, we miss you. He was always my favorite track builder.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites too. Tracks are always fun. But I'm kind of upset that I'm not your favorite.
Well, are you surprised?
No. So here's the top three, which got Bragstad, Zelly, and Scrubs. You can see two of the guys here are taking the correct line.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're doing towards the end. Perfect on the step up.
Yeah.
Here's the part in question.
Nope.
Dude, you go over that section so fast that...
Yeah.
Sorry, now I was actually talking too loud. I feel like you go over that section so fast that it's very, very hard to see that it's an option to drop in.
I'm really surprised one of them didn't see it when they were looking at the track preview. I thought for sure he was looking right at that line.
Bragstad.
Yeah, that's Scrub.
That's a monster scrub.
Which actually came back to bite him a little bit there. Correct line over there.
Pretty good run. But lots of time could be shaved off.
On board with Bragstad and Z-Master, 52. They're sat just behind us, actually. Closest to us on the right side of our stage. I feel like when there's 1 minute remaining, we should just shout out, do the drop, and just see how crazy everyone goes.
I know. I was actually thinking that maybe we should tell them at the end.
I mean, but that's your call, mate. That's your call. I'm just the host. You are.
I wonder how they would feel.
You're like more of an
that.
official in that sense, right?
I would only do it if nobody hit it. If one guy's hitting it or something, you can't because you got to give him. You got to give him the advantage of finding it, and everyone else didn't.
If you and the crew at Turborilla don't mind, it could be a funny bit of content, right? And make it ultra competitive in the last 3 minutes. Just be like, oh yeah, guys, you can do it.
All right, that's what we'll do. At 3 minutes, if no one's hitting that line, we got to make sure we're going to need a view of all the players at the 3 minute mark to see if anyone's hitting it. I don't know if the producer can make that happen.
As in like 12 of 12.
All 12 at once to see if. I don't want to, if no one's doing it, I'll say something. But if someone's doing it, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Bragstad now in the 106 region, which is pretty fast considering he's not doing.
Yeah, the drop. Got the hop though. Can't do the drop, but he's got the hop. Oh,
a little bit of freestyle there.
Yeah. Did you say you want like all 12 POVs, or you mean ghosts, like the all 12 against each other on one screen?
Yes, all 12 against each other on one screen around the 4 or 5 minute mark.
Yeah, so... Yeah, so we should be able to get that. I've
Cool.
checked with Father Nicholas, who, by the way, his parents are here and they brought their dog. It's one of the best things ever, having a dog in the studio. And then also one of the fantastic people from G-Loot who has brought their dog too. So we have 2 dogs in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of the best things you can ever hope for on a working day, being surrounded by cute, fluffy animals. So thank you to both Nicholas's parents and G-Loot for the dogs.
Yeah.
That was really creepy. Nicholas just went, "Yeah, welcome," out of nowhere. Didn't even sound like his voice. Maybe the demons have got to him too. Oh,
Moto's asking if I know for a fact that is faster. And yeah, it is.
okay. Well, Master there, dropping into first place, 106.437.
Guys, feel free, if you want to know anything about the tracks, feel free to tag MX Freak in chat and ask him, because he's played all these tracks. He's made half of them. He knows these as well or better than I do.
And he's an actual fast player.
Myself, MX Freak, RC Boxer, and Kudla, also known as the Stone. That was the group of the 4 of us who really was working hard on all these tracks. So, you know, any questions, feel free to ask those guys too.
Do you have someone in Turborilla that does all the music for the games? Or is it like, do you get it from a library or something? Or?
No, we do. I think it is all like custom made and stuff.
Nice.
But it's one of the... I don't know who it is. They don't work for Turborilla, but we kind of contract it out.
You contract them out.
But I think it's been the same guy for a while now.
Nice. Has the right vibe, you know.
Lubon, did you make any tracks that I could finish?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know your skill.
But if you're anything like me, probably not. Now, all these are actually not too bad to finish, so it's just hard to actually do it the right way.
Yeah, you can get through them, no problem.
Except that one.
Yeah.
The one with the 2 step-ups?
Yeah.
That one's pretty tough. I think that's tomorrow? No, it might be today. Yep, it's the next track, actually. Round.
Is there one track you think you'd like to highlight today? Is it one that we've seen, or is it one that's coming up?
Yes, absolutely. Last track for today, Pyrexia.
Pyrexia.
For those of you who watched the first year, there was a track called Fever, which was the track to determine the 3rd place and who would move on to the final. And that's where Zach lost. DJ Aussie beat him on Fever. Zach was pretty upset about it. It was a brutal track, just crazy nonsense, ridiculousness. And I decided it'd be fun to make a sequel to that track.
Okay.
Called the Pyrexia, which is the medical term for a fever. So that's kind of my favorite track. It's about 2 minutes long, 2 laps. This is the last track for today. It's got some of the same features as Fever, but a little more flowy, more fun. It's gonna be interesting to see if they can find the line on that one.
Still an absolute jerk of a track.
It's fun.
So a sequel, is it going to be the second in a trilogy perhaps? Is someone going to find out who their father is? Any twists like that?
Maybe.
Just, I've got Star Wars on the brain, just had to get it out.
So we got a new leader. James, when did that happen?
I'm not sure.
I pointed
We're
it out
sitting here watching it.
about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's
I don't know where
been
I
there
was.
for a few minutes.
And we still have around 15 seconds, 10 seconds from
Look where
top
Zach
to bottom.
is.
Yeah.
10th, guys.
10th.
Yeah, James is really crushed so far. He's in the sort of sweet spot that you mentioned on this track of 105.
Bragstad did just pass him.
And I think he's looking over at us when we talk about him. He's shaking his head and saying no, so clearly he is listening. Oh, man. Don't want to distract anyone, though. Leave them to their own devices. So we're watching the top two now.
They both got the hop up.
Brackstad in the black and blue and Master in the white and blue. Very distinctive outfits. And
Step up.
Brackstad that actually has a bit of extra momentum at the start. And James is catching up slightly. And
Brackstad is in the 105 region now.
So
Brackstad did pass.
Yeah.
But he's not hitting the he's still not.
No, but Brackstad did pass.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's in first.
He's on 105.6 now.
It must have just happened as we were...
It just happened, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice run, but just not the right line.
And I can see our good friend Matt Cutler. He would actually be leading the track right now with the time he has.
What's his time?
Oh no, he's just been passed 106 before, yeah.
What was Cuddle's time?
106.4.
106.4, yeah. So he would be in about second place.
And about second, yeah.
But also, keep in mind, Cuddler had hours and hours to
Yeah,
play.
he had all the time in the world.
Now on board with Lorenzo, Nathan. And these guys are currently sat on the leaderboard in 6th and 11th, respectively. But with the time of 1 minute 12, he must be trying something or still theorizing, no? Or do you think he's just not having a great...
Yeah, I mean, let's watch and see what he's
run?
doing, but
Yeah.
I just think he's not...
Not feeling it?
I think towards the second half of the track, he just can't get a rhythm going. Right here, is he doing the hop? Nope, so he's missing that. That's costing him a lot of time. He hasn't figured out that line yet. But right there's probably like a second or two. At least. Throws you into this all slow. You have to stop here. It's probably like a 3-second difference. And then let's see what he does at the second half.
So even if he improves here, he's still got a lot of ways to go.
Oh, okay.
Too slow. He's trying a new line, though. No.
So what is WFO, guys?
Do you know what that stands for?
Yeah, it stands for look at Lolo. He's doing the line. He's trying it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay,
He's doing the slowdown.
But he didn't go slow enough. I mean, you have to creep
Yeah.
like barely, like a half a mile an hour over the edge.
But he's trying the line for sure.
Let's see.
If he can get it, he'll go to the top. Lolo, can you hear me? Check, check, check. So far, so good. It's going to be right here.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to hit this. Yep.
Oh.
Nope. No, he's not.
No. He tried it last run.
And then he's given up on it. Okay.
Well, we'll see.
We got Nate over here checking it out like, something looking interesting.
I think it's so cool the way they view the track and they can pick up the information. Because, for instance, a player like myself, who has so much less time on it, I could not look at a track and have expectations about, oh, this plays out like this. I should do that. Like, bro, that's like pretty high-level analysis and feel for the game.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
But these guys, so when these guys are racing...
Look at the speed that he's going. It's almost like he's playing it right now.
And that's what he's doing in his head right now. He's playing through the line.
Yeah, like that. To me, I like that. That wouldn't work in my head, you know? Like, it just wouldn't be the same. That's so cool.
When these guys are playing and they're in the air, what they do is they look below them to see what they're passing. And they can tell from the track design, like, look, the stuff that I'm passing is meant to be ridden. So there's something else there. I'm missing something. And then they'll go back and kind of, go from the end and try to figure out how to get onto that line. And that's exactly what he was doing there. And let's see if he figured anything out. I'm really surprised he's still not finding that table line.
And you asked me about WFO. It's actually a motocross expression. When you're really giving it the beans, it's called wide fucking open.
Wide fucking open?
Yeah, that's what it stands for. It was formed on the smoldering ruins of Team TCR, which was the first team.
Okay, so that's an RIP moment for TCR.
Yeah, and it was split between WFO, which were actually the slow guys from TCR, and the top guys went into YG, Young Guns.
YG.
Yeah, but that team imploded rather quickly, and then it's been WFO ever since.
Okay.
Of course, WFO is the faster yet inferior team to TCR.
So yeah, who are the most dominant like clan or team, like in terms of they have the best average times or riders?
WFO.
So it's
sure.
WFO.
Sure. But the biggest team is, of course, my team, THR. We have around 200 riders.
Yeah.
But we ain't all that fast.
And what does THR stand for?
It stands for whatever you can fit in there.
That's definitely a lie and dodging what it means. But I assume maybe it's not okay to say on camera.
Let's just say yes.
Okay, I'm gonna guess the Heroic Realms. You guys have come from Dungeons and Dragons role playing, where you have a season, a campaign called the Heroic Realms,
Yeah.
and it's just a throwback to that, bro.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Joe's suggestion, it's actually one of my favorites, is
The horny rhinos?
The horny rhinos.
Tremendously horny rhinos.
Tremendously horny rhinos.
Yeah. We bought Ragstad last year, but then he stayed on his own accord.
You bought him.
Yeah.
So explain that to me. Like,
He was a factory rider. Let's call him that.
okay. No, but it's in literally is in like you.
Yeah, he got a couple of bucks for it, and then he stayed.
Okay, I didn't know that was part of like a thing, like part of the culture that you guys are.
It's not, but our main man Bob is quick with the sponsorships.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Big up, Bob.
And Bob
Making
says
that happen.
we also paid him this year. All right.
Wow.
Okay, nice. So is that like a salary thing, or is it like?
I think they're like one-off payments.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. That's cool. Bob's supporting and doing it that way. I think that's
And they bought Lolo.
yeah.
And Lolo as well. Yeah.
Was this a thing last year? Because we didn't touch upon this at all. I think that's cool.
It was, yeah.
Okay, nice. It's kind of like, you know, trading players and like in sports and buying
Yeah.
a player out and stuff. And
Something like that.
that's cool, man.
And I know a lot of effort has been put into bagging Master 52, but so far no luck.
He doesn't want that team identifier. He wants to just be straight up
He's just
Master
the
52.
master.
He wants that
I
OG.
actually think it was a numbers game in the end.
Yeah, he wanted a little too much money.
Yeah.
He's greedy.
Maybe we can talk to him about it when we eventually speak to him on camera.
Now
Whenever that happens.
Cole's digging deep into the preview, working from the back. He's like, all right, wait a second.
Let's see. He glanced over the important bit very quickly.
Got some fat beats dropping in the studio right now, guys.
Yeah. I feel like Joe might.
I
break
feel like
out in,
Joe's just going to randomly
freestyle any second now.
Look at guys. You're gonna, you're talking me up, and I'm really gonna let you down.
We're gonna be like mid-analysis, me and Birdshaw, and then just suddenly Joe's gonna be like, yeah, MC Joe in the building, yeah, and then just come out with the lines, the bars.
I think maybe it will happen, and it'll be bad.
It will be so
I'll never be asked
bad
to come
it's
back here
good.
again.
It'll be so bad it's good. So 18 seconds remaining. Sorry, seconds. 18 minutes remaining. And remember about our 4 minute
Yep.
gambit that Joe's going to play. He's going to play a cheeky trick to. I want to say it too, but yeah, we spoke about it, guys. You know what we're talking about. He's going to blow open the. What would be the expression? We blow open the hatch, the barn doors. He's going to make all hell break loose.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, chickens.
I'm gonna bring out the demons.
Yeah, he's going to bring out the horny rhinos and feed the demons. He's going to feed the demons the horny rhinos.
Yes.
Yes. There we go. That old chestnut.
Some of these guys will be mad that I do that, especially whoever's in the lead. They're like, "Why'd you say something?" But hey,
Their
I
job
make
to
up the
figure it
rules
out.
at this point, right?
Ah, for
All right.
sure. Nice triangle there. Let's see.
Actually,
Can you figure the line out?
the first jump on this track was actually a lot harder, and Matt was like, "Man, you should probably make that first jump a little easier because these guys are never going to get to the end of the track. Like you would have to restart like 8 or 10 times just to get the first jump right."
Yeah.
We were like, "Yeah, probably a good idea." So we made it a little easier.
And I feel like this track is challenging enough. So
Yeah, that was what we decided. No need to make it even harder. Keep waiting for someone to figure it out. See,
Yeah.
brakes? No brakes.
you can see Polito redeeming himself a little bit by
Up to fourth.
fourth place.
Yeah. Bragstad has peaked out for maybe 10 minutes now since he hit that
Yeah.
105 time. Masters also Masters trying to break into that same space of time.
But I think
105.
the big story here is Zach, all the way down in 10th.
Yeah, he doesn't. Either he's trying something or he doesn't like track's not favouring him.
It's a hard track. There are so many lines to take.
A lot of these guys in chat are telling us that we should tell them at the 10-minute mark instead. Give them more time.
Guys, you know better than me. I just thought it was just a random funny idea that I had. I think it's going to be cool to do it. Whatever time you think is appropriate,
I don't
go
know.
with it, Joe. It's your call.
This is tricky.
I don't know.
Bertrand, what do you think?
I think not. It's their job to figure it out. I don't think they're.
You don't think tell them at all?
But I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be entertaining for the crowd as well, for the audience at home. That's just my opinion.
It might be fun to see a scramble to see. Okay.
But also imagine like we tell
Yeah.
producer Nick this. Let's get the player cam
Yeah.
going, and then we tell them and like
Yeah,
I think that'd be funny.
Yeah, perhaps it's okay because there's no one even close to figuring it out.
Yeah.
Let's see what chat says. What do you guys think? Should we tell them
I think that's
or
a key,
not tell them?
I think that's a key point, Bertrand, is that no one's figured it out.
Yeah.
So far, we've got 2 people saying don't tell them. I honestly do think it's appropriate to tell them. I don't think it's appropriate to tell them at any point. Got mostly don'ts.
Yeah.
Well, Joe,
Dutchman says if anything, just scream break or something and don't tell them the line, but just try to make it. That's
all
what
right.
I
Well,
do.
it's you guys call. You're the professionals.
This is for money, don't tell them. Okay, Psycho, okay, jeez.
Eat your piece, Psycho.
All right. Everyone, consensus is no.
The
They're
consensus.
pros, they need to figure it out themselves.
All right.
Yeah.
We will tell them at the end that they screwed up and missed it, and then they'll all be like, oh, and then for the first,
Then you'll feel like an evil genius, Joe.
yeah, and then they're going to start breaking it every downhill for the rest of the tracks.
I have to say, it is one of the best hidden lines I've ever seen.
It is. And it's actually really hard to hit, too, even when you know it, because, I mean, you can't go over it with more than, like, a mile per hour. Like,
Yeah.
you got to just creep it.
Is that to stay like glued to it? So to
Yeah,
speak,
you
as
want to
go-
stay on the
yeah.
face of the hill. Yeah.
So how much time do you think there's in it?
At least probably 2 seconds, maybe. I don't know. Matt would know, but I don't know if he's watching.
Okay, so I haven't seen in chat.
Where does he live?
Scrubs.
Which time zone is it?
They're putting a time down, but unfortunately for him in 9th place. Zach has steadily moved up to 7th from being in 10th over the last few minutes.
Yeah.
Peralta in 8th.
Dutchman says he's mind blown that Nate didn't do it after he was checking out that preview. I'm
Yeah.
kind of shocked too.
We saw Cole checking it out as well, but
Yeah.
go for it.
Can you show a vid of the other line? You know what? Let me pull out my phone and actually play it. on the same leaderboard as them, and let's see if I can do it. And if I can, then the producer can roll that.
Look at how it looks.
I'm more than happy to play some Mad Skills whilst we do our analysis and hosting. Don't mind me. Joe's doing it, I'm doing it too.
I'm going to try. I don't know if I'll even be able to get there, but...
We can't show Matt's?
No, Matt's is on a different leaderboard. It's not the same. It's like a test leaderboard. They don't have access to that.
Are the maps released? Is this map released? Well, I'm not going to be able to get it, am I?
Not yet, only because...
Unless you fiddle with my account.
Yeah, only because we didn't want these players to get them.
No, of course. Oh.
I can add them for you in a minute.
That would be amazing if you could. Because then we can really see exactly how an absolute noob, not absolute noob, but as in someone that's extremely basic at the game, what kind of time I would get. It's going to be like, what, like 1 minute 30 or something, 40? Could even be worse, I don't know. Okay, that's nice, and you link to our stream in the client.
What's your username?
Let me check. How do I find my username?
Hit the globe icon from the main menu.
Okay. Parlor GS.
Alright.
Yeah, and I could get a quick run in on this and see how bad I am at it.
Yeah, I mean, I hit the drop, but it's even to hit the drop and then finish the line is incredibly hard. I think telling these guys at a couple minutes, I still don't think any of them could do it.
Right, you should find it in your track packs.
Yeah, you need to go to monthly track packs, scroll all the way to February 2016.
Okay.
He doesn't have a lot of track packs.
Oh, that's true. You probably just have like one.
Yeah, but I'll scroll back now.
And that's not the final track pack, I think.
No, it's not, but this track's in there.
Okay, I'll check it.
No, Bullfrog. This track was not in Cash Jam. Our warm-up track accidentally was in Cash Jam, so we pulled from the actual track pack and added another one.
So, and this one is
52 paychecks.
okay, but they're locked other than the.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. How do you do that, Joe?
That's more tricky.
Okay. We've run into a technical snag on my account. I can see Real Peach and then two that we haven't played yet, so I'm not even going to say their names.
We'll get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, this line is just silly. Matt, you're out of control. You're a monster.
So if we take a look at our leaderboard, Bragstad still holding on to that top spot with the time that he's had since he cracked the 105 barrier. Zele has moved into second and Master in third. So we're close between those top three. What is that? The overall difference is like 2 bike lengths or something between first and third, I think. You told me that like 1 length of the bike is like roughly like 2
So what did we
2/10
decide?
of a second, right? I think you said that.
My best times aren't even counting, so my game must be broken somehow. Not sure why. No point of trying.
I do believe I have been working on unlocking all the tracks for you now.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
7 minutes.
7 minutes remaining.
Couple leaderboard changes up
look
top.
at Jolito.
Yeah.
Wow. Boom. 1:04.90.
I wonder if he got it.
Is that a time that you think illustrates that?
I don't think so.
Could be, but
What do you think
probably
they'd
not.
get if they did
minute.
the thing? Sorry, a minute?
Maybe around a minute 2.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Massive difference then. Maybe we'll be able to go on board with him soon, or at least see his... I'm sure we'll see a top 3 or the top run.
I'm not sure if Solmec's trying to try something new here, or if he's just having trouble.
Well, he's down in 12th at the moment, so we
Yeah,
need
like
to
he
try
keep-
something.
He keeps restarting.
Here we go, all 12 running against each other. Joe, anything that you'd like to point out? Go ahead.
All right, so let's see. I think everyone has probably figured this out. Right here, you need a tire tap. Yep, cuddle flip. Some of
Yeah.
them. Yeah, so
All
all
of them,
12 of
all
them
of
are
them.
doing that line. That's good. That puts you up, gives you a lot more speed going into the step up. And then, like you said, we got the double, and then
And we can't
the
do the cheeky bit.
little roller double, and let's see if anyone hits the brakes. Going with no, nope.
No.
So they're
Oh, you
missing.
must have to slam
And
down
it
so
keeps you
hard.
really flat. So these guys are all going high right here.
Yeah.
They'd be down below, hitting that table,
Yeah.
scooping over to there. I mean, landing right there,
Yeah.
coming up over that wall, onto there. I mean, it's the whole thing is so much faster.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we managed to speak about that without alerting any of the players.
And Paula, if you kill and restart the game,
Yeah.
you should have it unlocked now.
Give that a spin.
Quag is asking, when will these tracks be available in a pack? It shouldn't be too long after the World Championship. I know that, like,
Amazing.
obviously the tracks
Well
are
done.
already made. We just got to put them together, throw them in a pack. Hopefully in an update in the next, couple weeks or less.
It will be out when Bob gets his hat.
Oh, that'd be a long time. I'm a little disappointed no one's hit it, but I'm not surprised because it's very hidden.
Very, very well hidden. It's a jerk move.
Yeah, well, that was Matt.
Yeah.
All right, Parler's jumping into the mix, guys, as our competitors hit 420. Parler is about to see if he can do any damage. It's been a while since I last played, and I'm already failing at the first hurdle. But I feel invigorated knowing that Papa Joe is in the building with me.
It's tough. I can't even hit this track correctly.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, you got to kind of seat bounce that. Oh, there you go.
Then here it's like, woo.
Yeah, you really got to just bounce the last bump of that dragon's back.
Yes. No.
See, even the first couple jumps that look easy are
Yeah,
tough.
exactly. So
All us having trouble just getting
I'm
past
having
the
trouble
first two.
just getting past the first two sections of the map track. I do think I have one of the most stylish rides in the game, though. I would
It does look nice.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. I made it to the second.
Or maybe she. I don't want to be sexist.
No, not at all.
Assume.
I haven't really characterized my rider yet. I think it's just me.
Okay.
Well, I think you need to pick a pronoun.
I know. I feel under pressure. Feel under pressure. Under pressure.
Litu's given up, maybe? No, he's good. They
Oh,
don't know they're in the lead, do they?
No, they don't know each other's times, and maybe it's good to point that out because everyone at home might not be aware. Yeah, the riders only know their own times.
Unless they're chatting with each other, they have no idea.
Indeed, which is absolutely fine. There's no rule
But
against that.
look at the difference here. 6-second difference between 1st and 12th.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Our biggest gap yet. Getting any better over there, Paula?
Yeah, but not great. But I made it to further down.
We have a question in chat from Psycho, who would like the little helmet icon we have above Julito's name. He would like that as a real in-game helmet.
That would be a nice helmet.
Yeah.
Which one? The one above Julito?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one above JSL, that's the top 1,000 helmet, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
So if you make the top 1,000, you get...
It was the top 1,000 from last year's World Championship
Okay.
qualifier.
I think it was...
How many people overall compete to qualify for the World Championship?
How many do we have this year? You want to check it out?
Yeah, I'll check it out. So, what week was that?
That's a good question. Right there.
We had
68,000.
Yeah.
68,000, wow. These are top 12. Well, technically top 13, given that we had to sub someone out.
That's true.
Well, we had 68,000 that completed both tracks, but we had 80,000 on the first one and 75,000 on the last one.
Remember, everybody, we let the riders play out their final run even after the timer is finished. So basically you have until the second left to restart and give it one final shot, which is a difference to the last 2 World Championships. That's such a fantastic stat. Over 60,000 competed to get here, and we have just 12 remaining. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is track number 3 of the Mad Skills Motocross World Championship 2019. We saw the leaderboard at the end there, but we do know that in these final moments, as they play out their final runs post the clock ticking over, it can be snatched away. Someone can come through with a blistering time, just like we saw on the first track.
Ooh.
With Master.
And Bragstad, his last run there, did improve. He's now 2nd place.
There we go, exactly that. And that's why he probably looked quite
Yeah, you can see them kind of gathering around over there, yeah.
Indeed. Some heads being...
But Julito went from
shaken.
last place last track to 1st place this track. That's what he needed.
Like a phoenix from the ashes.
What he
Zero
needed.
to hero.
Zele on screen, still trying to get in some extra game time. No, sir. I think it's all said and done now for all of our competitors. Yeah, no one's still racing. Everyone's going to go get a bit of rest, reconfigure their brains to move into the second half of the day.
Maybe we should let them... they're all leaving, though, but I was going to let them know what they missed.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, bring
them back in.
Guys, players, riders,
here.
come over here. Joe's got some interesting information about that last track. My Master's going to head on over. We've got Master and Cole with us. And anyone else that wants to know, Joe's going to do a little pep talk for you guys about that last track.
Everybody missed the fast line.
Wait. Let's wait until we have them on camera, because we're just watching the 12 ghosts chase or run off against each other. And yeah, we can explain it when we're all in view. I think that'd be cool for everyone at home. Here we go, approaching last portions of the map.
We were debating whether or not at the last few minutes I should tell you guys everyone's missing it, and we decided, we actually asked chat and let them decide, and the majority said no, don't say anything.
Yeah, but we can tell you now, since it's over. Get some reactions.
Nasty scrub there.
All right, there we go. Let's wait until we're back in vision. Let the ghosts of the past settle. So yeah, Joe, talk to the guys. What just happened? Tell us about.
Yeah, so maybe just run the top guy's time, and but basically, you guys, there was a big drop there. That sharp drop where you guys all went flying. You need to just slam on the brakes and creep down it, and then there's another line that ends up being way faster.
I think you were close, Lowell.
So everybody did this correctly right here. Hit this bounce onto table. Took a while for some of you guys to figure that out, but everyone hit that. And then you come down here, you hit this step up nice and quick. Then you got this, a double section, and then you got the little roller double, and after the roller double, you got to slam on the brakes. And I mean slam, like you have to come to basically a complete stop and drop down that hill.
Yeah.
Right there.
And then it takes you on a line where you're kind of not jumping up, but you'd hit that table, and then that table onto that table, and then you would land down the whoops, up over that wall. On top of that,
something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's multiple seconds shorter.
Yeah, Joe was talking about it could have perhaps been a minute track with that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Matt's section, but true though.
Yeah, Master, if you didn't hear that, because we have the mics, he just mentioned that he's seen that sort of structure before in maps that Joe has made. I mean, Joe, you point out that second half was actually made by Matt, but Master mentioned that he's seen in tracks there are often sort of like more secret lines which drop a lot lower on these vertical maps. Is that true?
Yeah, and he was right. He's like, I typically am not known to make tracks where you're like launching up in the air, going super high, floating a lot. I like to be on the ground, on tables, keeping it low, keeping it fast. And he knew that, so it's
sneaky boy.
Surprising they didn't find it. A couple of them said they tried it, but it didn't feel right.
Yeah.
You know?
Birchall, any closing thoughts before? Oh no! Oh, that was outro music. But I was just going to say closing thoughts from Birchall.
Well, this was a very divided track. Let's hope for some close racing next time.
There we go. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the second half of day one. The competition is certainly heating up. We'll be back at 5 p.m. CEST. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you very, very shortly.